Okay, this clip is the final clip for your explosion design. Last time we met up, we broke up our sheet. Remember how we did this? We broke it up and we set up how we're going to do this. I've since went in and put some patterns in each one of these sections, and I erased the save and put some shapes. I just did some different varying circles. You can choose to do that. The only requirement is for you, mine's a smaller version, but for you I don't want them to be any smaller than like a quarter size, because what happens is if you get them really small and you start connecting them all, they're going to get a big blob of black in here because they're so small. These are really pretty small, and see how dark that is already. So you don't want to have them very small. So you're going to do that. Then you'll put your shapes in here. Then you'll put a dot for your perspective. Then I'm going to connect a few so you can see what I'm talking about with the 1 point. Just a reminder in case this was a while back that you did it. Remember, you connect the closest ones first. So I would connect these. I'm just going to the edge. Oops, my edge is getting stuck there. Edge to dot or point. Edge to point, edge to point. Now those are closer, so the ones further away, the next step would be this one further away. I do these on this side, but for the sake of making this a little shorter video, I'm going to show you just this one side first. Edge to point. Now this one, oops, I thought it would stop, but I guess it isn't stopping. I find one that stops, so that one will stop. I'll show you it. And notice how some of mine go off the page or off the pattern into the edge. I'll show you how to do those. This one, the edge would probably be about right here. So I'm going to guess where the edge would be. It would probably be about right here if I finish that circle. And I'm going to go like that. This one, the edge is right where it's at because that's the edge of that circle. And then remember, I stop because that's where my explosion is. This one's a close one. Now I probably could do a couple more to make my explosion look a little better because I don't have very many overlapping. This one overlaps because remember, it stops when you hit something else. The more you have overlapping, the more your explosion will show up. Now this circle looks like it would go to about right there. So that's where I would do my line. So I forgot a couple. That one matches up right with that other line, so it would stop right there. This guy here. And here. Yeah. I need a couple more to show the overlapping a little bit better. Let's do, I'm going to do one that overlaps a little bit like this. And then, so I'd see this line here. And then this line I wouldn't see at all. Maybe do another one. A smaller one right here maybe. No, I'll do it off the page, that's what I'll do. And I stop when I hit another one. See how just by adding those two, it made it look like it exploded more? Okay, so we have our explosion drawn in. We would color it just like we did, outline with Sharpie color. Then you're gonna take this, you're gonna take some liquid glue, smooth it around for the sake of time, and you can't really color on liquid glue very well. I'm just going to tape this to show you what the next step is. You're going to decide how you want to put this on the page. Now, I would leave a little bit more space for your perspective, and you can't have it to where no white shows on an edge. You need to have a little bit of white on each edge. So I'm going to do it about right there because I want my perspective to be a large area. I'm going to glue it down. I'm just sticking, but you would glue. Then you're going to continue your lines you originally do. So this line here, I would continue it out. And I would keep the kind of look of the line you had. This one was kind of wiggly, like that. This one looks like it just went down. This one kind of went straight. And this one's kind of wiggly. So you've got your continuation of your lines. Then you're going to continue your patterns. Now it's easy if you have a grid, because like this one I have a grid, so I can see those original lines, and I can go, and I don't even have to use that original ruler I had because I can just see where my lines were and continue those. See how I'm finding those lines and continuing them? Now it may be a little off if your grid was a little off, but shouldn't be too much. So I'd go those and then see how I'd see these here. Now you may have to do a little bit of measuring when you get to the edge. You may have to find that original one to do these here, but you've got most of them. Here, see how this one I exploded out? All I have to do again is find my original lines and then continue my pattern out. Now, this outer edge that you're doing is not going to be in color. Only a certain section of it is. It's going to be just done in Sharpie, except for the edges, or except for the tops of your explosion, because you want something to pull you into the picture. So what I would do is I would finish these circles like this one here. I would find which circle I did, or if you had a template. If you didn't have a template, like right here, if you didn't, that looks like this one. Nope, I guess it is this one. If you didn't have a template, you would have to draw them in. But see how that one, then I would continue that one. See how that works? You can continue that one there. But like here, I've got my grid again, so I can go in and draw my grid. Then I'd have to go back in and draw the actual pattern in there. See, for instance, this one has, it looks like a zigzag. So I draw in my zigzag. And then it looks like it had like a flowy little flow there. See how that works? That has like flow. Oops, it wouldn't go to the edge. So you would continue your patterns outward. You would Sharpie everything with the Sharpie. You would only color in the tops of the shape. So the color leads you into here. So you have entrance into your picture. You travel around because your patterns lead you in. And then you have this center entrance, which is your center of interest. Then when you're done, you turn it and decide, oh, which way do I like it? And then you'd sign your name.